had left the strong room, not so?
That is correct.
And even past there, you were offered tea and biscuits, not so?
I was offered tea. I wasn't offered any biscuits.
Asra kasian komo bibi asen enyumre so modern video aso 24 radio bread sense so ekoso mema say diabwa no ayato ne trending news na enyumre yesin konwa wafidie so na yede bi esomo enen sama yede ba no edos ye pa na tietima kotene no ebi ene say Dr. Nsia Asari ono eno ya advisor ewa pondin sem ho ede ema Ghana yeman penny wade atudwa sa second phase of vaccine and as second batch no enche ebe say yiniti nyame adoma na oche ba besimu no
in the next a week or two maybe a combination of what government is buying directly and what we have also from COVAX. We are at a very advanced stage to get the ones the government is buying, as well as the one coming from COVAX facility. What is coming from COVAX facility, we don't pay for the vaccines, but we are paying for the deployment.
Sa enso ena yebeko na ensem a efantumutu sanso ena tafre enhono yede bi ebeba be sommo na amfo pi ena ekasa lawyer Power Moktari or the Atu Eja say ebehia say yede final pronouncement ebeba and say yebe make it policy e de akon etia sa LGBT
notifications and beyond even the human rights issues. As a
lawyer, you must be very.
I think that there may be no gray areas, for example, or there may be no lacuna as you indicate. But
Sanson and Ananom him for a woman several years so traditional area. They are two say a buy and can hold Entia on Samra near far and Kuntia LGBT.
Lesbian, mean to know baby beer. And any price say a buy them up quite now on basis is our office. See, I want some kakra, mea mushim. And here say a buy no becassa. Yamoson and anonymous with the one so yaka. Sabi and Sassy and Sassy. Into me crumbs a map pine. And I said, we are so yawa.
IGP James Opon Buonuswa Kasa de Etia Wana Womo. Ehu obi a we trumutu ananta frentafra no to ahye no so ebono no o se etia emra
law into our own hands no matter what the circumstances. Currently there are some laws on this. For as long as those statutes remain on our books, we are going to enforce it.
In some way, any afufro pin and enyumre yesin konwa ewo akwentufo radio so ayede babe somo se trending news weekend edition. Kai say ye enade na yede na otwum nso some esi nyina ebeba betom anim ewo afidie yi esomeni ye de edu donko papa smiley ena akeka no mesi ne enyumre moti enka ewo afidie yi so etwa ho ewo modernghana.com Zeno radio sanso ena tune in www.akwentuforadio.com and I say akwentuforadioonline.com oko no ma ensemi etwagu a onsa ebekan wo YouTube ya Akwentufor TV, Facebook Akwentufor Radio/TV, social media platforms no nyina okwa ensemi etwagu dendende a wonsa ebekan na onso wetimi enyamu chefa ko in Facebook wo ko like na share na fa comment go on me ebeken kan de amount. Afe yena nyumren samayede somono emu enchiremu enie COVID-19 yare bia ekutia amansan pa enya asem ketwa kra na yare sene ne pompon so sitie ewo omem ha sei no ye call Ghana Health Service one website ahodo na ekohwe normal mode egu onoma sei na esitie confirmed cases da edwa ewo sa website hono enie egina 82,586 enipa wɔn etimi enya yare no bie na wɔn enso a yare ye ɛka wɔn na ɛyɛ foforɔ koraa new cases etimi aba no ɛyɛ 455 new cases na wɔn so a yare ka wɔn entimi nyina na wɔn ato anananom ɛwɔ nseɛ do no ɛyɛ ahenum aduokno ɛnan 594 deaths ɛna etimi atodwa ɛwɔ ɛhɔ wɔn so a etimi ade wɔn ho adoktafoɔ ne anursefoɔ adaworoma wɔn etimi agyina wɔn na so peme no ɛyɛ mpem aduoson nsia ahenum aduoson mmiɛnsa 76,573 recoveries ɛna yɛtimi a register ɛwɔ my konkron Ghana mu ase mprempre a me ne okasa yi wɔn a doctorfoɔ ne anursefoɔ gyina wɔn na so ɛbɔ mpempe ɛhwɛ sɛ wɔn ɛho bɛtɔ wɔn no wɔn dodoɔ ɛyɛ mpem enum ahenan ɛne edu nkron 5,419 na gyina wei so ɛna advisor ɛde ɛma apomden Openi otu na nadadanko Akufo-Addo ene Ghana ye na pomden ensem oda ano no otu efo edema na nadadanko Akufo-Addo eye Dr. Nsiasare wade atodwa se vaccine ebeto odwa anyame ya adoma na otwe babesimi na abosumi aye babesimi nida etoso mienu Tuesday 2nd March 2021 na ye hyase ani ajabo amanfo no second phase so and a second batch so nyame ya adoma openi a otufo na nadadanko Akufo-Addo fo efa pomdensem ano Dr. Nsiasare de atodwa se second batch no so unity
in the next few a week or two, maybe a combination of what government is buying directly and what we have also from COVAX. We are at a very advanced stage to get the ones the government is buying, as well as the one coming from COVAX facility. What is coming from COVAX facility, we don't pay for the vaccines, but we are paying for the deployment and also for bringing this into the country. Ghana Health Service Ministry of Health have come out of budget. We are budgeting, you know that I said that we need about 42 million vaccines from different manufacturers at different costs. Ghana government wants to buy directly as much as possible from the source. Vaccines from AstraZeneca, the cost is about $3, $4, $5 US per dose. If you use the Sputnik V, it's about $10 per dose from the manufacturer. If it's Pfizer that you are using, it's about $19 or between $15 to $19 per dose.
Any TA Dr. Nsiasare ono no tuna na nadadanko Akufo-Addo fo efa pomden ensem ehon ena yete ne fa vaccine the second stage and as a second batch yehwe se ebesa bepimu ena afei so kwan a yefa so ayensa kan vaccine no otimidi emu nkyeremu ema yen no na enu ada na yedebeto mo anim se kan kwanhia asi ewo enkran kwan so ama enipa be se edunkron de kanana nan wo mo ehwere wo mo enkwa sanso ena Cape Coast so nipa no bia wo mo ekwa yi a wo mo tekia mu nso wo mo so ehwere wo mo nkwa ewo kan kwanhia kro na emu na eno ena yene openi kese ba kwa ono otu nanamon ewo National Road Safety Authority ono ena oda planning e ban hyehyeye ene won dwumadi ahodo a oda ano yewura David Safo adonten wakasa na odin sempi atodwa akyerem di nti a ekoba ya accident no esi ye ewo Eastern Region Koforidua wa bra na Kia Grand Bed and afin so VIP bus ba ko timi ko hia mu ema nipa mako edu enkron ehwere wo mo enkwa no sei na David Safo e de enchirimu ema A24 Radio Trending News team no
area. And then another family of ours, I'm talking about Ghanaians, moving from the Kumasi to Accra. Unfortunately, they got to a location called King Asafu on the Accra Kumasi highway, and there was a head-on collision. So once again, Ghana has recorded a fatal crash, right? Killing 19 persons. 19. It was 16. Yesterday, as I left the scene, got home, and then we had recorded 3 more deaths. So 19 deaths. Okay. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And if my producer can share with us first the condolences of the National Road Safety Authority to the family members. Yeah. And most of them happened to be there when I visited the scene. to the police station, to the morgue, Sugun, Chebi, Koforodua, and very pathetic indeed. Some of them, about 3, 4, 5 of them, come from one particular home, a single home. And so you could imagine the wailings. And these are adults who are breadwinners, as you said, and so had very devastating, repercussions on the family. I think that may their souls rest in perfect peace to view the road infrastructure. If it doesn't come from the road, it will come from the vehicle or the human being. Sure. We have looked at the vehicle. Of course, in this current state, you cannot tell completely damaged. But you could see that it was a vehicle that was worthy of use for the purpose. You could see the road. The engineering was good. I mean, as it is now, it's an intersection. And there's a minor road getting into the village there. If you can even hit it to Kufrodua, to Hafu, and so on. But the main highway, it said that it's been clearly marked with all the arrows and all the line markings, very visible and legible for anybody, any normal person sitting behind the steering wheel to see. And so it becomes so difficult for some of us to believe and even understand why it should happen to a particular driver of a caliber where we say that if you happen to be in the academic environment, we say you're a professor. Because you have moved from the rank, through the rank, from a class B, C, D onwards to a high occupancy bus. And so we expect that you're an experienced driver. And indeed, the records I picked from some of the people who know him, it's not a small boy, he's an adult. Somebody who can think and think well. Very unfortunate. And I think this is bringing out to us what we always hammer on all the time when we come, that the road environment is said that people must be careful. You must be responsible and discipline yourself on self-overtaking. And this is what we come here all the time to talk about. We have engaged these drivers and transport operators severally. But one vehicle, the one coming from Kumasi happened to be a VIP bus, is the other one that, it's also a red color. People always look at red colors as VIP. But this is not a VIP vehicle. And I think he's the one who caused all this. Unfortunately, the two drivers are all dead. They're deceased. And so it's difficult to really get information from the driver himself. What actually came to his mind? To do a wrongful overtaking in a junction is also a curve, but clearly marked. I think I always say that it's an unfortunate situation. For me, this brings
any TA opening consider for share Jumedi ahodo so ewo Ghana National Road Safety Authority and yete nenka ewo hono sade to just night driving adie bia and also koso mai pa vise kan kwansia because so bia no na chese anajo wama omo etu omo boss no na ekoso nti omo ehwe akonsida ahyemra se empo ye de band beto so ana se ebitimi akoso na ekoso ahye ben na ebitimi akoso ewo afin so ane aban no edi nkomo hwe dualization of road no ebitimi abaso no ebitimi esi head collision ana se car etire no ekwa akopim mu no no eye ade bi etimi kosopa wo yakwan awdo so na se ye dualization na ene ebeboa ema kan kwanhia so eso etimi ate.
Apart from the high speeds, or what we call the excessive speeding or overspeeding, and the fact that there are head-on collisions, and the need for us to open up our roads into dualization and so on, which it becomes so eminent that is what must be the next step to take. We as human beings must also begin to look at some of these factors and so on, and the general public. In fact, we have a lot of advocates in Road City now, most of which are raising the agenda of us looking at night driving as a typical case for us. And I think that they have a case. Most of the crashes that we have recorded, in fact, last week when I came here, you gave me a catalog of them, and you could see the fatal crashes involving such high fatalities appear to be happening in the night, dawn, between 10 and 4 a.m. And it is sending a signal to all of us that can we do something about this? Indeed, I have gone through our statistics. And I've seen clearly that if we are to do a clear and deep delving very well into our statistics, I am sure we may have perhaps not more than or not less than 30% of the crashes or fatal crashes happening in the night, which means that it is an issue for us to look at. So my police wants me to talk about the experiment at in Sawam did a bypass, and it's happening. I have never seen any vehicle running from the dual carriage, the other side moving to the other side. Look at the Accra motorway. There hasn't been head-on collisions. Of course, we have single, crashes and all that, but not head-on. So it means that if head-on now appear to be threatening our road space, the safe use of our road space, then it is something that we must look at it very critically. So that is one. And I'm sure in the coming days, the National Road Safety Authority will seize every opportunity we get on media, fora, everywhere, to speak to the conscience of whoever is at the decision point, to let us now channel resources into dualizing. I think you have to go to them instead of exactly. Yes, and so I believe he has even demonstrated that the Tema Akusombo stretch already been signed. Contract has been signed for dualization, which is good news to us. Now we're looking forward to look from Accra to Kumasi and beyond. Well, we have done to Sawam. We have done further on. Let's get to Suhum. Let's move on to Yaninam. And then gradually, I believe we can get to Konomu, to Ejusu, and then we are in Kumasi. I think it is something we can do. It's a must-do thing, right? So this
David Safwa Donten or NRSA, which is National Road Safety Authority, planning manager, and yet in Kafa Camp Quenchiaudwa, ACA Kwan, and so on, and rather. Trenews money at the two morning say Ukopiemo a war, a Jumakase Cassia, and a Busiafo, and I send Cromio, the Aboni, I'm a tutu okra komuma nipa ba akoshere no nkwa na eno na openi okasama post juma wa santimantem say Godwin ehianyo ede na no atumbi a wo kasa say de asumdue aba no besre mebru no say wo monso ebetu asumdue anama se ne be ya okra bia intimenhwe no nkwa.
Sergeant Achampo was hit with a foreign material. As a result, he fell, and he also had to resort to the firearm. Unfortunately, 2 persons got injured. And this morning, our understanding is that one of them has passed on to eternity. The regional police commander has taken up the matter. He has referred it to the regional CID for them to unravel the circumstances that led to the attacks on the police officer and the damage on the police vehicle, as well as the firing of the shots leading to the death of this individual. We have one on the ground. They are also monitoring events. We are taking statements and whatever evidential material we are supposed to pick with regard to this very issue. We will do that. So the police will be there, even if not in uniform. Some CID men will be there to elicit information on the ground.
Away from that, yamfiani enter LGBTQI ne de kekeka ho ne nyina ene sense subamponi anase foreign culture abepi mo mema sei no eno ena mpanifo pi yakasa fa on be se ena du atwamu yi na eno ena lawyer Bawa Moktari de ato eja a otirim se eho behia se aban beye enhyehyɛ policy afa ho na akweti asa subamponi
Educations and beyond even the human rights issues. I think that it's time for us to know that you must be very. I think that there may be no gray areas, for example, or there may be no reaction as you indicate. But there is also that aspect that seeks to criminalize unnatural carnal knowledge. How it is defined, what we can define as such, you and I both do not know. There is still a certain conversation going on. The same cultures, the same religious bodies that this aspect of the constitution seeks to embolden or to seek justification for also have issues with this particular aspect of it. Should we continue to legislate? Should we just allow things to stand? Should we continue even to give the impression that there is a certain criminal? You know, something is actually a very complex conversation. But I think it is time for us to put an end to this debate. There must be a certain final announcement on the matter.
Na eno na nananom enhema womo enso ewo seri iyo so traditional area dia todwa se sab suban no omo hia no womo ekromo
ne lesbian no menye ntumo baby bia enti eni kwan se aban no makwan na wo mbesisi saa office si ehun nsem kakra meye mu shem enti ye hwe se aban no obekasa afa yam so nananom so de won so yen yaka sabe ensase ne ye ensase enti mi krom se me makwan ana sebian so ye wa hemfo titirufo a omusua nwoma kwa akiri omo pese omo tete mofre wom du baby enti saa gay ne lesbian ne bema ono pese odano ne ho oba no Safi, Amamra and Chirayasa, into Babian Safi Assassin Pian Swa, a British office in Ukraine. Metia, your boss, he do can say, or more offices in it. Until Yan and Ambedu Nkomo, now baby will be answered no Ama, police for Aswati. Now I say, you're too more yet.
Nana Abina. Anymore oye Queen Mother was a so traditional area near Tenenkano. Na Police Penny, Inspector General of Police James Opombo no so they atojo ase one more moten tromosa ewo afoforo so se omo eye lesbian and as gay no bi no no mo bro omo no ade a etiam na nti omo so nchi omo free ho.
Law into our own hands. No matter what the circumstances, currently there are some laws on this. For as long as those statutes remain on our books, we are going to enforce it. If the people of Ghana, by some way, decide that look, we are going to legitimize it and it's taken off our books, we are okay with it. But until that is done, we will ensure that.
Ejina efidie so na afein so Council of State Members nipa maako eduasa baako a yeyi wo se wo monko boa na nado danko Akufo-Addo na fie na yede ama no yi ejimade NCP na enwe peye no wo mo yeda won edie na wabra ejimade no ekoso no nsem sei na nado danko Akufo-Addo kan a wo kire mu se wo mo enhwe na wo mo emom homoden se ne be ejimade no be fofofo ede ama no.
The Council, I wish you a warm welcome to its deliberations. I'm confident that you will bring your considerable wealth of experience to bear and make valuable contributions to its work. It is worth recalling that as a result of the creation of 6 new regions during my first term of office, the membership of the Council has increased from 25 to 31, with 6 new elected regional representatives. The possibility exists that this number may be further expanded were there to be an amendment of the Constitution which will allow the President to appoint 17 as against 11 members of the Council in order to maintain in the new regional governance structure the equilibrium of the Council as originally provided by the authors of the Constitution. This development will be the subject of deliberations between the executive and the legislature. Nonetheless, after 28 years of the Fourth Republic, I think it is fair to say that one of the most successful councils of state we have had has been the one that worked with me in my first term of office. We saw an intellectually vibrant council, an active one that took its responsibilities seriously. We saw a council that kept its members well informed and kept government officials on their toes. So I'm hopeful that all of you on the new council will live up to expectation.
His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Ghana Yemampeni and wabra Council of State Members nipa 31 yeto aba eyi wo mo no na ye pa wo mo ho entuma ede akire oman na ode ensemye eto eja na Supreme Court nso Dominic Ayini, lawyer Dominic Ayini, we member ede ema petitioners one legal team no ono so wabra 2020 petition no ekoso njumede ekoso no okaka nsem bi ema Supreme Court of no ema asem no okoyi ano eno nti Supreme Court wamo ediche no na yisi one lawyer Justin Amenuvo o say ni mate no na danfo pa no eno nti okopie mu ewo court ho ekokopa achew ede ema Dominic Ayini.
As a friend of Dominic Ayini and the first man at his wedding,
Yes, my lord. He was Commonwealth Secretary in our year. He's a very good friend of mine. We go way back. I'm grateful to the court for the court magnanimity.
Na enonton chen enso yewura ejiji tamakro wono so eye lawyer ede ema petitioner na ode atudwa sesene nsem na wonko adubo ne won noma asi akono we wo gidie pa se Supreme Court won judgment no ebeko wo mo favor.
If granted the petitioner, we managed to have filed a closing address. Like you pointed out, those are matters that ordinarily I should not be delving into. What is key is that the witness statement of General Mosquito contains those materials. In the past, ordinarily, your witness is led. As in, you lead your witness for him to tell his story. But this time, because of the introduction of the witness statement, that opportunity, those figures and its calculations, that the mathematics of Article 63(4) were all proved in the witness statement of General Mosquito. But I wouldn't want to go deeper into the inferences to be drawn by the court. Yes. I mean, you're entitled to express your opinion. We conducted our case. And we are confident that we have proved our case.
And on Tonchen, so Ghana, ye ministries now was say ye day amount for toto anonti nipa. Another ranko kufado abubo on tin say womo enkonomuko ye aswafo emasa asoye outdoor no so. Ye toto one ano anaye vete womo na eko so no. Sanitation Minister Maame Cecilia Abinadapa enkane bantma mrasebedwani. What it to just say a binding swadi who say and crying a baye mantama a betting wine pa a woman has seen and ya they say yato say any swadi who no egu so a koso.
It entails a lot of work, and we know that when you start the process, it takes time to yield results. There are low-hanging fruits like the initiative we took to provide bins for littering to stop so that people can put their litter in. That is one. And most important of all, we've also, through the Gamma project, provided 33,000 household toilets. That is also part of the cleaning or cleanliness process that we have undertaken. We also have another project, the garage project, that is coming on to make sure the dump sites are covered, and then most importantly, the Ondo River is also worked on. We also have the gas lift project that is also taking care of the vulnerable areas and the unplanned settlements to give them again about 5,000 pieces of convenience, and also to help in the removal of their waste. So apart from the franchises given by the MMDs to local contractors to work here, I believe we see a large stream.
Na enonso ena Samuel Jinapo land minister ononso ekoi ene abedwafo no kudi enkomo sei no ononso ekan sem no bi.
To me and hopefully to this committee is the conclusion of Shrine. The commission is satisfied that the evidence does not support the allegations of corruption and abuse of power against Messrs. Samuel A. Jinapo and Messrs. Asensu Puachi, the two deputy chiefs of staff. The allegations could not be substantiated whatsoever. Accordingly, this complaint is hereby dismissed as being without merit and totally unwarranted. End quote. Thank you. You said evidence was taken. Was evidence taken from A+ that you are aware of by Shiraj in this matter? Yes, evidence was taken from A+. You think that it was just malicious on the basis of the finding of Shiraj, that probably just both? Is that your thinking? Well, Mr. Chairman, I respectfully think that on the back of the ruling, the determination of charge, those allegations were totally unwarranted, were baseless. I have absolutely no doubt about it.
And on Tonchan, and so Sports Minister Mustafa Yusuf, and so Etimiko PMO, a committee no enim dituja, HM say bonus a coso away national teams no so obedi honjuma.
During the honorable member just rightly said, given the opportunity by this August House, I will engage the stakeholders, GFA, the National Sports Authority, the Parliament, and even Ministry of Finance, to get, and even Attorney General Department, to get a comprehensive bonus structure. That will give you understand. So that once we have it, it's not the idea that when we have tournament, then we come to discuss bonuses. It will be known to all sportsmen and women in this country. So that they will not put ahead bonuses ahead of representing our country, like we have seen in the past. Thank you.
Now, Sanso to Tuja say yen steady a hot one so obeshe say ye besie na say sikabia yede aye no yenhwe ma no and say maintenance culture no so obetu ho anamon.
To answer the first aspect, what I will do to improve the maintenance culture. The maintenance of our facilities, not only the sports facilities, is a problem. And I remember I had opportunity working with G4S Integrated Services in the UK. They are facility managers. They manage Leicester Hospital, and I was a supervisor of that company. What they have there, the experiences I had, they had maintenance manual for all the facilities that they manage. G4S was managing Leicester Hospital in Stevenage. They were managing Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Welling Garden City, and other hospital facilities. And they have a maintenance manual for all their facilities. So, given the opportunity, I will liaise with the National Sports Authority to ensure that every sports facility that we have in this country have a maintenance manual, so that the culture, on daily basis, you know the people responsible, the individual responsible for making sure maintenance are done, know what to do. And also, even there's also inspectors. Apart from the maintenance, people have to inspect to ensure that what is in the manual is compliant with. So the ministry will liaise with the National Sports Authority to get an inspectorate directorate for our sports facilities, where they will frequently be monitoring to ensure that it's done. The other aspects of privatizing or giving the facility to management companies to manage for us is an issue that I will engage the stakeholders, GFA, GALCA, National Sports Authority, to see the way forward, because the facilities have to be maintained. Because if the facilities are deteriorated, they cannot be utilized, and it will go against the teams. They have to meet a standard so that they can compete. We can also get.
Now, Chimonso and vaccine no etimi be PMO COVID-19 vaccine etimi be PMO ewo omemo hasei na ye distribute a ye de ato eja echiremu se nyame eya adoma bosumi aye ba be remi ne de tosumienu na ye hyase na COVID-19 jab no eno so etimi ahyase
COVID no pandemic no ye etimi use ye bi piano kra na vaccine na vaccine na ya develop you ya se na me kan ye was stages ye the vaccine FM. But for phases of trials, there were pre-human trials. Yes, phase 1, you see the mechanical. They are on my own say, and having. And so I am phase 2. Kofoka credit for 50 people. They won't say, and also, and costing any hammer. And so I am moving about 50 or 100,000 before phase 3. And to this, they are following them, and to the mayor talk. Oh, I might be so you know. After phase 3, I drew phase 4 crown. Now phase 4 no, but for the surveillance any monitor. Just all the man for so almost the fellow saying so that maybe 2 years can make I say now we know you have to say you are no need and now and never cho ebi mo di sikani a wode ahye mu say my em for vaccine we from anti-vaccine campaigns na ya doctors no monti MD mo ya na ehwem ya mfa ade boni embrem obi so broni tim yedi say na me kan broni ne odi slave ana akwa ana mo kan say odi nkwasum eba Africa sa broni na odi basil any hospitals any education by nyina na sabi school according to your quality of life according to kakra enti enyo broni bia na sabi ope the dunia plan ana say na me kan no me kan didi agro no obeti na share the dunia one share the team cry eji say obroni enti say obi e wo bonu won team a wati say o opese won proud before no ani kire say bibia obehu bonu nkora mo ko we vaccines na mom ene TB ebe che asara mo quarantine polio ebe che asara mo quarantine hepatitis ebe che na ya vaccines a sebi ye wa manoni enti beba mo cho usaka vaccine a danyakopo ase obi a wa free mu ene ebi a wo hia no efre no wasama do ka tese wo vaccine obeji asara wakase
eno Dr. Okoboy Kane deputy minister de emayena pom den asuye no ene yete nka ewo ho no na santimantema say health director or ha say yewra Emmanuel Dr. Emmanuel Tenkran what the atujwa create awareness ampa vaccine aba na nyame adoma busumi ba be remi ne da tosumi no asantimantema say yenso ye she de ase
I'm say Minister for Information at the Amadi down. If you yes, media sensitization as Abu the rule. We everybody say that your friend 2nd of March. I'm the president and say every no my actually say at the vaccine no I'm saying pay I boom. Vaccine never be do man. Now the only said Ghana House Service and a day man. You say and send the free out of all kind of social media, ever vaccine. The current woman said, and yet, when vaccine Ghana, baby Kaya, Yedi Bay Juma. You said your body friend expanded program on immunization now. You were vaccine, message 12, do you know? Yedima and Para, and you have been for a woman. I am with you. Enti anya de foforo kra na ebe enti kwan ayenam so a ye de ma vaccine sa pepepe enti de betimi a hye mo body say vaccine nya de foforo ayebe ye ama foforo bia ye bi ye fi beto aso enti ye nyina ya fa komapa any vaccine no
away from COVID-19 vaccines no yenko LGBTI mun sensam so betodwa se won office won kran no fiewura no editodwa se de ontimi ne omo enye adwuma na wo mo bede ebeji dan no kra no ma mfa ntodwa se adwuma se no mo ba be ye no nti tinton tan okofa posifo ene nananom hemfo a wo mo ewo enkran Adenta traditional area e mo koi ekokoto office no.
But I wouldn't want to disclose that this house is being used by this LGBT group. And I said, are you sure? He said, yes. Then I said, can you give me any information? He sent me pictures of an event that was happening in this house. So I called the agent and I asked him, because they've been here for just 2 months. I asked the agent who rented the house and I said, Sammy, are you aware an event of this nature happened in our house? He said no. Then I called the tenants and I asked him, what happened in our house in the last few days or weeks? He says, oh doc, it was just a party we were having and it's all over social media. And I said, come on, what do you mean by a party in social media? And he said, oh, we're having an event, a fundraiser event, and it's all over social media, but we don't want to comment. And I said, please don't be dodgy with me. Be serious, I have more information than you are telling me. So he realized I was getting angry. Then he says, oh, we had a fundraiser to mobilize funds. Funds for what? He said, to rent office space. Office space for what? He says, oh, just our office space. Before that, when he got the house, I have not met him personally. It was through the agent. I called him and asked him, what work do you do? He says, oh, they are an NGO. promoting health. So from here, he says, oh, their funding is from Sweden. So, okay. So in the midst of COVID, it was agreeable. But I told him not to touch anything without my permission, not to change any painting, no fixtures, and that is embedded in the tenancy agreement. So when I got the information and I was trying to be dodgy and he realized I was getting angry, he said, oh, he promotes the health of this LBGT, whatever. And I said, well, come on, what do you mean? And I told him, and there, I'm moving from Kumasi to Accra right now.
Na eno na manfo pi de omano egu ensem kasai pa nyasem ketwa kra na sofo Kofi Oduro Professor Dr. Kofi Oduro enso kasai bi kirem se eye busudie pa ema awrade sentrumuntu sanso ena ntafrentafre yebekwa akwaje ho office ewo my konkron Ghana mu na adeboni a amanfo eye no wo mama so no ya tretrem ede ama aba o my konkron Ghana mu sofo Oduro
for that collectively or unanimously, ya kieti abunzadi ebuyichiri, amamire chiri, yahunimu chiri, and all that. The kakrawa me can say adiye we nyame abusudiye. Na said ye can say Colossians chapter 3:6 kono o say wenti ena we nyame abufu eba so den ma so. Momi ye yakwan yi frisa atemu den nipa so.
Na Pius Henam Hajide Kaneno no ye Deputy Information Minister. One also ede ato edwa se amanfo yesusu se omo eye etisa adwuma die no bi ntafrentafre na ntumutu no eni ho kwan se ye san omo ebo omo etiamra.
A country and no responsible president be and the baba what in the ambition the demreform say adia etia yamra na kwako bi mu offices e wodi wadwuma na wodi ne sache the demreform na ohwew enti no omampanyi ema instructions ko ya my understanding and they say ye ka say sa office no kwa no ye tumu nemu adisrede a yes friend say obi a sebi uchi no krampo se odi bone obi a mpu emrano ana say court wa buda say we di bone o ye criminal kwa no onu nso krampo no right bi a eni kwan say ye tumi has our right no say ko be so obi a akonfo na wa wusi uchi na wo fa na nko police for wo fa na nko court na wo ankasa wo se me bono me yese na wo ankasa so no na wo di bone anesa. You are denying people their rights.
Yenyina so ne mfa na nwumre trending news no nyina ensimidin ye de don ko papa smiley and avenzo Ken David omo nyina kan obi na nwumre mote yenka ewo afidie so nyame ya adoma ochina de aka mu bia so yerebeba be somo ewo fidi kroya so midin e de don ko